retrain our faculty members, and we propose to introduce additional faculties on agriculture and law, and we also propose to start international sports academy, and our ambition is to add one more landmark buildings with now connected with the sports stadium to international standards. Now, this is a function mainly to familiarize yourself with the faculties and the students and the facilities available in the thing. This will enable you to get some idea about the available facilities in this university. I think which these are the things which attract so many students to our thing. Now, a few words of advice to the freshers. For many of you, you may be very happy that you have reaching your life's ambition of joining a good engineering institution to get the degree. That is fulfilled now, but you should not sit back and lapse into inactivity. And if I can say so, you are on the important turning points in the life, and the direction you take and the speed which you have put, the amount of work you put in that direction will take you where exactly you want. For want of time, I will list out the best qualities which you should have if you want to be successful and to be in the thrust of things. The first is you should have faith. If you are a rational person in yourself, or if you are a God-fearing person which is in God, and if you have faith, so many strength you get in you, then you should have a goal in life. Otherwise, you will be drifting to different places. And to help you further in your work, you should have a role model. Probably, as you are coming from schools, till this time you would have already selected our former president. Many of the school students are like that. There are many other Indian personalities, great sons of India, whom you take as role model. Then you should have a sincerity and devotion. The shammed or pretended sincerity will not take you anywhere. It must be a genuine sincerity, and you should have the capacity for hard work. People used to say, much things are wrought by prayer, but I always say, much things are wrought by the hard work. Without hard work, you cannot do anything worthwhile. And it is not that when you work hard, you always succeed. You will have to meet with failure, that you should have perseverance and persistence of the thing. Even then you may have failure, you should have the quality of equanimity. And with all this, a little bit dose of luck, and I am sure you will all reach the top level. And in the heart of heart, I wish you all such a success. Thank you.
A visionary who is young and dynamic, an architect of this university who aspires to create a niche for SRM globally. That's our Honorable President. May we all put our hands together to welcome our President for his address.
Respected Chancellor, respected Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Vice Chancellors, the Directors, and the Deans of the schools, and the HODs, and my dear colleagues on and off the dais, and my dear parents, and the aspirant young engineers who have come today. It's quite a pleasure to welcome you all to the SRM University, and especially to this function, which is the inauguration of the first year of your college education. As you would have heard, Dr. T.P. Ganesan would have told a lot about the university, about its past, its present, and its future. So I may not be required to add any details to that. So I was thinking that I would tell you more about the overall philosophy of the education in which the SRM is oriented and through which the students will be highly benefited. The first thing is that I would like to emphasize upon the fact that you are in a phase right now which is quite important in your life. And the second thing, you need to know your goals, and also you need to search for your goals within yourselves and outside yourselves. The third is, like when you search your goals and when you find out, and you should know how to attain that, and the only way of attaining is change, as the change is the only constant. The fourth one is that as we think the outside world is not looking for your marks alone, or you as a person or a machine which is getting a mark, but as a complete citizen or a person like who is useful for the society. So this is the idea which I had in mind when I was sitting here. So to first start with the first point, as you would know that in the past, like you have been in the school education, and I would like to divide the life in 4 phases of about 15 years. In the first 15 years, you are taught by your teachers, and the second 15 years, you really learn, and the third 15 years, with the teaching and the learning you got in the first 30 years, you try to lead a team and also work for the country, and the fourth 15 years, that is up to 45 to 60, you guide the people like who are the future at that point of time. So far you have been taught by your teachers in the schools, and obviously you have been doing very well, and that is why like you have handled in an institution like SRM University. Though I would not like to use the words like number 1 private university and number 1 like multiple streams, because nowadays it is claimed by everybody. But I sincerely feel that this university and the faculty behind and the administrative behind this university is for the growth of the students and is committed to the students' welfare and for the welfare of the state. So in this 15 years, which includes your collegiate education now and also the next 10 years, which is going to come up in your employment, I am sure you will be fully learning, and for that you should be keeping yourselves very much open to the new ideas. And the first basic thing to learn is that, and you should learn how to unlearn your past. Like some of the things which you have learned earlier. For example, I will go straight direct to the point, like hugging up in the examination and then writing the questions and answers is not going to work anymore. And unless you understand the concept and basics, like you won't shine well in the university or the employment which you may take in the future. So this phase you should take that it's very critical, and you should mold yourself well, and for that only we have our teachers like whom we feel that are the great assets of the university. Normally it is said that the infrastructure is the best part in SRM University, and we are in the point where we want to strive and change that word to say that the faculty members and the research and the teachers and the peers and the alumni are equally the best, or if not more, in SRM University, because the buildings and the roads are not going to construct a university. It is only the human life and the human values that are going to be in the students' endeavor, and also it will also teach them their life like for the future. About the second point which I was telling is that how that you are in the phase of understanding yourselves and also in the phase of changing your course of life through education in the next 4 years. I think you should also understand your goals very much. The goals are very much important, as you would know that any ship without any aim will be drifting away and it won't reach the right place. So how much ever fast you run in the wrong way, then you won't be reaching the right place. It is the same with your life. So how much ever hard work you put in, if you are not focused and if you are not oriented in the right direction, then you won't end up in the right final phase. So you should be very clear about the goals you want to pursue in your life, and for this you should know how do you want to become actually in life. Some people call this as purpose, some people call this as goal, some call it in some other different name like your target and other things. But I feel that it is better if you call this as a purpose in life, because it gives you a full 360-degree value about the life, and this you should know that will come by a search within yourselves. So first you need to find out the purpose you want to live for, whether it is for yourself, for your family or for the nation. And of course it will be the combination of all when you say together, and when you are saying that, how you are going to reach that is the main question. The purpose is done by searching yourselves within inside, and when it is normally when you search inside you become a saint, and when you search outside the worldly matters you become a scientist. But I am sure the parents would not like the students to become a saint when they search here within SRM, but it is a moderate between the practicality and the philosophy that will be taking your children to the great heights in their social life. So you should understand whether you want to become a engineer of great and high repute in the profession, or you want to become an entrepreneur at the end of the day, and what is that you want to do after your graduation, you want to do higher studies, or do you want to have a placement, and what are all the areas you would like to concentrate. So these things I think you should start from the day one, and of course from this day today onwards, so that you will be focusing on it. So we as the university will give you the full infrastructure, and you as a student you will have to put in the full effort and the maximum effort to bring in this culture of thinking about your future, and also thinking about the next 4 years in this campus. For example, there is one project at the end of every 4 years, which is the project work. But we insist in the university that there should be several projects within the university curriculum, and the students should interact with the industry very often, and they should get to know what they are heading to. I hope you will be understanding with the help of the personality development department which is there in our university, and this is the only university I would proudly say that which has had that kind of department, and the courses are like within the credits limits, and it is given as a part of the curriculum in the university. So like you will be helped by our faculty members to know your goals and also how to access that with a strong pursuit. Like once you know your goals, the thing is